good evening wherever you are. This is Hari Nair, VP of Product Management at Cequence. Excited to talk to you about a bunch of capabilities we announced at Black Hat this year. At Cequence, as you know, we're all about API security and bot management. With Cequence in general, you'll see us, or you've heard us talk about protection, API protection, bot management along three different vectors. There's discovery, there is compliance, and there is protection. And we are essentially layering the same framework onto AI security as well. So there are innovations related to AI discovery. So whether it's inbound AI chatbots or outbound conversations from your organizations to LLM models, it could be Claude, it could be ChatGPT, it could be Anthropic, whatever the case may be, we now give you, our customers, the ability to kind of see what's coming in. Are there AI bots that are coming in and scraping my web properties, my assets, if you would? That's not necessarily a bad thing, but CISOs, security teams, development teams around the world are very interested in getting that level of insight, because unlike your traditional, web bots, if you would, that honor the tried and trusted methodology around robots.txt, for example, chatbots don't really necessarily play nice in that world. So in spite of your best intentions, you might still have chatbots coming in or AI engines coming in and figuring out what they can about your business, about your customers, about the problems that you solve. And many of our customers have asked us about, can you get us visibility into that? So that's inbound AI activity. There's also outbound AI activity, if you would, and that has to deal with where within your organizations do you have applications, do you have users that are reaching out to AI engines, right? And these could be human to machine interactions, these could be machine to machine interactions, but the idea is to kind of provide them some visibility there. So that's on the discovery front. On the compliance front, we are excited to announce that we have added a new category of test cases to our security testing catalog. So we've had API tests for a while, but they want to kind of extend that to cover web application tests. And now, LLM test cases. The OWASP standards body, for those of you who are kind of keeping track of these things, has come up with a top 10 list of risks associated with LLMs. It's early days, it's going to change, it's going to mature quite a bit over the course of the next couple of years. We now have a suite of test cases that are, geared explicitly for that purpose, if you would. So that's on the compliance side of the house. And then on the threat detection side of the house, we have built-in integrations into, detecting your third-party conversations, both inbound and outbound. But in the context of what we were just talking about, we've got a rich set of integrations that allow you to say, okay, where are my AI, conversations happening? But we have the ability to kind of detect those outbound communications as well. And so that allows us to kind of, essentially say, yep, AI is just another paradigm that we can help address with the same set of, discovery, compliance, protection, problem statements, if you would. With our latest releases, we are announcing integrations into a different category of applications, your next-gen firewalls, your gateways, your SASE engines, if you would, that allow us to look into outbound communications. The idea is that we can now look into those and say, okay, here's where the outbound communication is going. Are these reputed sources? Are these trustworthy sources? Where within my organization am I allowing these, or should I allow these, to go out, if you would. So that's both AI, but also about strategic innovations within the organization. One of those strategic innovations is a call graph, if you would, building out how APIs call each other within the organization. There's plenty of open source tools available that will tell you, yep, this API A will call API B, which will then call API C and API D, right? Where we think that falls short is to kind of map it to what is actually happening. Who is the originator of that request? Yes, we can tell you API 1 is calling API 2, but where is that original request coming from? Not just an IP address, because as you know, attackers are resourceful enough to rotate IP addresses. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of IP addresses in an hour. So this is where the ability to both fingerprint the source of the traffic, highlight what's good versus bad, right? Highlight more commonly traversed paths versus less traversed paths that you can start to put a risk and a confidence associated with these transactions. Those are things that we're introducing within our call graph, and that'll also help us get on top of things like if we see something malicious, interact with that data in a very visual, in a very human manner right away and say block these transactions, if you would. And last but not least, we're just so obsessively focused on surfacing the value that's in the platform. There's a whole new reimagined inventory that allows you to get into details of which of my APIs are internal versus external versus third party. What's the OWASP risk associated with this particular API and things to that effect. As always, feel free to reach out to us at Cequence to find out more. And thank you so much for your time, and look forward to future interactions like this one. Have a good day.